Hey everybody, my name is Jomi and welcome to my channel. I really don't know how to intro this video, so I won't even try. I'm still debating between whether or not I should have an actual intro or just go right into it. I probably will, just give me some time. In this video, I would like to talk about trauma and what trauma is and how it can be healed or rectified from my understanding so far. Of course, trauma is such a huge subject matter and there are hundreds of books written on it by now. And I don't claim to be an expert on this by any means, but I will try to do my best. I will also try to make a video linking the connection between trauma and the Bible and how trauma is actually caused by sin at the end of the day. I feel like there has been a lot of study about trauma lately, but very few resources when it comes to connecting it to the scriptures, in the sense of how trauma is a wound and knowingly causing a wound is a transgression, which is a sin. I know that sounds a bit metaphysical, but I'll try to clarify my viewpoint as much as I can in that video. So please check back when I have that ready. So what is trauma? Trauma, in short, is a wound. Some people say trauma is a deep soul wound that pierces a person's identity, sense of morality, and relationship to society, and I agree with that. DSM-5 defines it as experiencing or witnessing of events in which there is actual or threatened death, serious injury, or violence. Bessel van der Kolk, who is a prolific writer in the trauma space, who wrote The Body Keeps a Score, calls trauma an imprint, which is to say, trauma is not only the story of something that happened back then, it is the current imprint of that pain, horror, and fear living inside people. This imprint of trauma creates a neural pathway that keeps replaying the same images and feelings whenever the body is activated. It might block the emotions, but it will activate the body as if it's in that exact same situation back then. If you haven't heard of Bessel van der Kolk, I will highly recommend his book, The Body Keeps a Score, to get a better understanding of trauma and how trauma gets trapped inside our bodies. So, now that we have a general understanding of trauma, how do we overcome it? Without going much into the breakdown between PTSD and CPTSD, I have 8 techniques and resources you could use to overcome trauma. And of course, these are not in any specific order, but generally speaking, reading books on trauma would be the best first step, just to get a basic and thorough understanding of exactly what trauma is and how it operates in human bodies. Here are some of the ways to overcome trauma. Reading books on trauma, getting trauma therapy, being in the nature or spending time in the nature, activating the nervous system, for example, massaging the vagus nerve, somatic experiencing. I haven't done this much, but I do hear good things about this as well. EMDR, or eye movement desensitization and reprocessing. EFT, or tapping to release stress trapped in the body. And last but not least, meditation or quieting your mind for 5 to 10 minutes a day. I don't want to go too detailed into some of these solutions because a lot of people have already produced a lot of good resources on it. So I would love for you to check them out, and if you can find a specific one, just let me know and I would love to go in depth in one of my future videos. But some of my favorite books when it comes to understanding and being able to overcome trauma are Waking the Tiger by Peter Levine, Healing the Shame That Binds You by John Bradshaw, and Complex PTSD, From Surviving to Thriving by Pete Walker. These are just some of my favorite ones, but I'm sure there are hundreds out there which could also be helpful to you in your healing journey. I will leave some links in the description so you can take a look at some of the reviews and see if it's worth your time. I think it is, and I think these are some of the best books that you can read when it comes to trauma, in my opinion. I hope that was helpful. Thank you for watching. Let me know in the comments if this video was helpful, and please make sure to subscribe so you can get notification whenever I post a new one. Have a wonderful day.